Hi everybody, this is Ken Jones, your host of Calaveras Gold, and I'm here today with a friend of mine, Jack Frazier. And Jack, say hello to our
hello.
Jack here is a fellow I've been getting to know just over the last year, and I wanted you to meet him because he's had an amazing project he's been working on for a long time, and that's Maples by Design. Maples by Design is an arboretum with a nursery, a place you can come to visit, even just to have a picnic if that's what you want to do. But he's got lots and lots and lots of maple trees, all kinds of beautiful varieties, and we're going to be looking at them here over the next few minutes as we talk a little bit about what you have to offer here. So Jack, tell us a little bit, have you been doing this, like growing these maple trees all your life and that kind of thing?
No, I was a physical scientist flying east till I was 77, and I was raised in a ranch in Eastern Oregon and kind of always wanted to do something like this. And this was the place I had, so I did it.
So at this stage in your life, you decided to take on one more major project and create this beautiful place.
I started at 81.
Uh-huh.
Not quite 6 years ago.
I see, yeah. And you've done, one of the things that impresses me about Jack is he's such a hard worker. He inspires me because he's, from scratch, he's created this beautifully landscaped place where you can come and roam through the trees for hours if you want, sit and have a sandwich, commune with nature. There's an awful lot of beautiful nature here, and if you're so inclined, take home another maple tree to add to your collection. Is that right?
Yes, sir. Of any size.
Now, how many of these trees do you have here?
Oh, 3,500 to 4,000 here.
Whoa.
And considerably more in Oregon that I call in when I sell these off.
And that makes you the largest retailer of maple trees in the country, I understand.
No, it makes me have not the largest retailer, but it has the largest number of varieties.
Well, there you go. The greatest, the most to see that if anywhere you could go, there's just an amazing assortment of maple trees here.
Yeah.
And I've noticed that there's a huge variety with this tree. Not only in color, which is pretty obvious whenever you're around a bunch of maple trees. They seem to be capable of incredible color. But the leaf shapes vary quite a bit, from being small, fine, feathery looking things to rather bold, dramatic leaves. And the plants themselves, you've got some that are, you'd call miniatures, right? Some little tiny maples, and some of them get huge.
Yeah, some that only get to 2 feet or so, and others, well, there are maples that'll grow to 120 feet. I don't have any that grow over about 80 feet because nobody wants them, and I sure don't want them.
80 feet's pretty big. But I don't see any that big here, but they do. You have some that must be 12 feet tall or maybe more?
No, I have them more, and I have them planted in the ground. Those are the ones that'll get bigger because you can't keep a huge one in a box, but the boxes get to be 5 foot across or something like that.
Well, almost all of these are a manageable size, that's for sure. The kind of thing you could throw in your trunk and take home if you find one you fall in love with, which I think it'd be hard not to do when you're out here, because it's so beautiful here. This is a vacation destination in and of itself. But I've noticed too with the trees, they come in quite an assortment of shapes as well. Are there basic forms that
yes, there's upright ones that are generally upright. There's others that are mounding that never get over 6-8 feet tall, up to 35 feet across or more, and others that are weeping trees. So, and things,
the branches,
yeah, that actually
are very graceful and
yes, weep from one crown or weep from various levels depending on how you train them.
Well, now maple trees are entirely shade trees, aren't they?
Maples are mostly undercover trees, but there are a few that can act as cover trees. In other words, they evolved as shade trees and need the shade, and others can grow in full sun. So I keep both varieties.
There's quite a variety. And you were telling me the more sun they get, the better, short of burning.
That's right.
Because you'll get more color that way, right?
Much more color.
And let's talk about color. Talk to us about color for a minute.
Well, they're beautiful colors as they come out in the spring. The problem is they come out over a period of over a couple months, so you don't see them in one big glorious flash of color like you do the hardwoods in the east in the fall. Mm-hmm. But then in the fall, they all turn and come out You know, depending upon the climate that year and the weather and how rapid it changes, the temperature, they come out and they have bright colors for 2 to 3 weeks. They usually last 2 to 3 weeks in the fall, but I have some that are bright red, for instance, in the spring, and they'll last some springs for over a month, bright red before they turn green, and then those particular trees turn red again in the fall.
So spring and fall is the most colorful time of years for these trees, but there's a lot of variety depending on the weather and the environment and all that kind of thing.
There's so much variety that if you keep them in shade and part sun and sun, you have all the colors all year long, essentially.
That's amazing. They're amazing plants. Well, Jack, let's tell folks how to find this place. And I want to mention that while it's open to the general public, it's open by appointment. So your hours here are not routine hours, but you can come at almost any day of the week, an hour of the day, if they just call ahead and make arrangements. Is that right?
Yes. We keep irregular hours, but essentially we'll be here and we'll open up any time that we know people want to come. The only time probably is early on Sunday. We probably won't come till after we can go to lunch or something like that. But even then, we open up if we know people are going to be here. Otherwise, we don't open. We just
tell us your website address where they can get more information and your
maplesbydesign.com.
And your phone number?
209-928-3991.
And if you're in this part of the state of California, it's really going to be worth your while to make special arrangements to come out here and visit Jack's Arboretum. It's been set up. It's been beautifully landscaped. There's picnic benches and places to sit quietly and just enjoy the beautiful nature that abounds, and just a wonderful facility out here to spend a couple of quiet hours in a park-like environment if you're looking for a quiet place to be. But of course there's an amazing display of maple trees of all sizes and colors and types, and it's a special place to come visit. So I urge you all to check out Maples by Design. And thank you, Jack, for having us out here.
You're welcome.